Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Ubaba Mngomezulu and something that he said that made sense. And now it's making more sense as Ndanzi speaks. Ne? It's making more sense as Ndanzi speaks because tell me why who's this girl? Umefro Gronier, Magistrate Gronier, Mefro Gronier, Madame Gronier did the things that she did. There's a lot of things that Madame Grenier did that are not making sense, that are leaving us with nothing but questions. Sometimes we end up accusing her of being part of the cabal. Sometimes we end up saying, maybe she's not part of it. Maybe, like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of accusations that are going around because of how things were. Not that these accusations are founded, or let me put it this way, not that it's something that it's just questions that we have. Ne? Why are we having these things? Because Mngomezulu asked something that was very, very, very serious. He asked one question, one simple question, and that question cracked this entire process wide open of the confession statement being taken by Magistrate Cronier. He didn't shout, he didn't argue, he didn't speculate. He asked the magistrate a simple question, so basic, so obvious. That answer that she gave, my goodness, that once it was answered, everything else became impossible to defend. That is why we are having so many questions, because when she answered that question, we could not move on from that. We literally could not move on. I won't be able to quote it word for word, but the meaning is there, quick record, guys. Permanently undeniable. He asked the magistrate the question: if someone was brought before you for confessions, someone that was that had not bathed for days, someone that was not fully participating with you, someone who clearly is in a bad condition, and also, mind you, it was COVID-19 at that time. Someone who did not communicate with his family. Family doesn't know where he is, doesn't know anything about his arrest. And that person tells you this. That is one of the first things that he requests. He also requests a phone call because all of this did not happen. You, as a magistrate, what would you have done? Would you continue with the proceedings of taking the confession? The answer was very immediate. The answer was very clear. The answer came from the bench. And yes, she is the bench, not the bench of Rata, but of Judge Rata in that courtroom of Pretoria, but the bench of Boksburg, because it was Magistrate Cronier of Boksburg who was responding. She responded and said, no, I wouldn't continue with the proceedings. No, that is what she said. Let that sink in. She said no. So those are the grounds for the situation not to go forward. But now, wait. That answer did not come from social media, guys. Do you understand? It did not come from TikTok. It did not come from commentators. It did not come from YouTubers. It came from the magistrate herself. No, I wouldn't continue if someone was in that condition. If someone was put in such a situation, I wouldn't continue. If someone came to me and told me those things, I wouldn't continue. So that is from the authority of the court that Ndanzi appeared in front of in Boksburg. And that single word, that single answer created a contradiction so serious. It shakes everything that followed after that. Because once that answer exists, a standard exists. So that Madam Cronier understood that in those circumstances, you can't take a confession. You can't even take a statement. And once a standard exists like that, it's Chile. This person must move away from you. They must go away. So here is the question no one wants to answer. If the standard is no, I would not proceed, then why did Cronier herself, Magistrate Cronier herself, proceeded to continue with taking the confession, the so-called confession. Why did she do that? This is not me being emotional. This is not me being outraged. No, I'm being logical. I'm asking cold, straight, unavoidable questions. Why did she continue taking the so-called confession if the standard is there? And if someone did not bath for 4 days, especially, did not communicate with their family members, did not appear in any courtroom, it's COVID especially. So why? Why would you continue? Let's talk about the condition of the person from whom the confession was taken. Let's go through that again. Not opinions, not exaggeration, facts. The person, this was a person who had not bathed for 4 days. He had not appeared in any courtroom. He had not contacted a lawyer, according to him. He had not contacted his family. And his family did not even know where he was. 4 days, guys. No hygiene, no legal access, no family contact, no court appearance, and most importantly, he was put at risk, on a health risk, moving around with heavily armed men. Remember that. That is not detention. That is disappearance. He disappeared. He disappeared because people didn't know where he was. And in that condition, a magistrate proceeds to take a confession. How? Make it make sense. How? But it gets worse, Kesan. It even gets worse. This was not done in a neutral space, not in a calm environment. It was done in the presence of heavily armed police officers. Not even Cronje saw them herself. She mentions it when she came to give evidence. When she was busy with her testimony, she mentions that there were heavily armed police officers. Or did I say that was worse, that they were heavily armed? Okay. These officers, only one person actually acknowledged to let Cronje know who he is. Officers, they refused to identify themselves. They refused to explain who they were to the magistrate. They refused to explain their role in the situation. One side is isolated, the other side is armed. One side is silent because of fear. The other side controls the space. And we are asked to believe this confession was free, voluntarily, lawfully. Njani, Sana, make it make sense, Njani. But remember this, the magistrate already answered the real question. She said she would not proceed under these circumstances. So let's stop pretending the issue is complicated. The magistrate herself confirmed this situation is unacceptable. So why was it allowed by her? Why did she continue taking the confession? Why was the confession taken anyway? Make all of that make sense, because here there is a contradiction, a huge one, from Madam Cronje herself. You cannot say, I would not proceed, then validate proceedings. Same line, same way I would not proceed, but you want to give us proceedings. Njani, kanjani kaloku? You cannot condemn a condition in principle and accept it in practice. You can't do that. That is not justice. That is a collapse. Because the law doesn't only ask what was said. The law asks, was the person free? Was the person informed? Was the person supported? Was the person treated with dignity? Was the person able to exercise their rights? And here the answers are clear. No lawyer, no family, no courts, no hygiene, no communication, and at health risk. And yet, a confession was taken. If that is allowed, then the law does not protect the vulnerable. It protects authority. And once the law protects authority over the rights, justice is no longer blind, it is selective. So strip away the noise, strip away the emotions, strip away the narratives, and what remains is the truth. The system knew this was wrong. The system at that time being Cronje, and it did it anyway. That is why this confession cannot stand. It can't. That is why uRamsipile needs to fight with everything that he has. Fight for his client. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this, guys? Let's talk comment section. I want to hear your views. If Cronje admits that this entire situation was wrong, why did Ujadratha accept the confessions? Why did he make a ruling to accept the confessions? Because I think he had two grounds to not accept Cronje. Of the reason is this one. Cronje said she would not proceed. No, Jadratha should have said, because of what Magistrate Cronje also said, I think it's best that we do not admit these confessions of Ndanzi. And also because of the confession that Muzi did, it's not right. Something is off with it because it's giving us other people's names and we have other accused names here. Not acceptable. Do you see why it's not making sense, this entire situation? Anyway, let's talk with comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.